right? Then we have a little discussion here on evidence standards. And here is just, again, behavioral, right? How to interpret language. When I say enforce or require or mandatory, what does that mean? And how is that different from support or can or available, right? Is MFA supported? Is different from is MFA enforced, right? And this one here is super important, and I do like to point this one out. Ambiguous evidence means keep searching. Don't stop. It means keep searching, right? The LLM wants to stop. Don't let it, right? Just like you wouldn't stop if you didn't have an answer. You would keep going until you had the answer you were looking for, right? Quotes must be content from the source, not a description of your own search process. Boy, does that one sound weird? And yet, I found multiple instances over multiple iterations of building this where the LLM would confabulate its own search process as an answer to the question, believe it or not, right? And this was actually true across multiple models. So we have to say, hey, don't do that, right? And the only way I found all this stuff was because I had that runtime file. I had it spit out every decision it was making, everything it was looking for, every single page it looked for, every conclusion it drew from that page. And I was able to spend time understanding the behavior and functioning of the model for this problem set, and to provide these rules and these behavioral guidelines to, again, to work with the model, not against it. Finally, we get to the stop criteria. And now this is important because in the same way that the LLM really, really, really wants to get to the answer, we've spent a ton of time here telling it not to stop. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Eventually, it's going to have to. But we have effectively at this point given it the behavioral incentive to never stop. This is its own problem, right? Because it will just spin off forever if you tell it to, right? Until all the tokens are exhausted and there's no more memory and I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Eventually it has to stop. So you have to give it what are the criteria for stopping. And the criteria are very, very specific, right? Once you've exhausted the sources, once you've done your maximum open web searches, then you can stop. There's a little around taskless behavior. It's not that important. A little bit about how to generate,